Hey guys, how's it going? Today I'm going to draw Carnage. So another viewer request, so we'll go ahead and get right into it. So we're going to start. He's very similar to Venom. So the main difference I think is the black around. He's got black all around his mouth that sort of fades up to his face. And then he's got all these pieces of the symbiote that are like coming off him, and he's red, of course, compared to Venom, who's black. So we're going to start with his eyes, and we'll start just here, sort of just below the middle of the page. And we're going to start with those large white symbiote eyes. So we can start with just two straight lines down. Just like that. And of course these mirror each other, these two shapes. So it starts to come in. Like that. They don't have to be exactly the same on both sides. And then this will come up. He seems to have more spikes and things on his eyes than Venom. Comes all the way up. Really big eyes. Then this one starts to come back down. A few of these lumps and bumps along the way. Some sticking out in a rectangular sort of fashion. Start to come down. So they look kind of like flames. All the way down. Just like that. And we can go over and we can do the same on this side. So we'll start to go up this way. And those spiky sort of fiery lines, different bumps and lumps, all the way up. And if you have them about the same height, that'd be good. Comes back, starts to come back down. And these are like right at the edge of his head. Starts to come back down. Carving, spiking, bumps, loads of them, just there. And in here there are some like details, dots and things like that. Maybe some here. So then his teeth are just underneath here. So what we'll do is we'll add those spikes. So just all the way along. So it comes down in sort of a smile, like Venom. Coming all the way down. And then when we get here, we start to go back up. Real jaggedy. Don't worry too much if it's different to my one. If you're following along, these teeth will look good as long as you just make them spiky up and down. Not too familiar with Carnage. I hear he's going to be in the next film, I think. All the way, spiking all around, just to there. Now, so what we can do is we can draw in the circle for his head. So it's an oval really, just comes for the top of his head. So we go right around, touches that eye there, all the way. Keep going around, real long head, all the way around, just to there. And don't worry if it's not perfect. Symbiotes or aliens, they're supposed to look all bumpy and weird and stuff. This comes down to the jaw, so we curve out to there. Do the same on the other side. And then this will come back in here, down to his chin. Just like that. Now we can add his neck. So his head is fairly far down. So we can see his like collarbone here, collarbone and like neck muscles that go to the shoulder just along here. So we can draw these in first. One there. And then this comes off here. And then we can do the same on the other side. They don't have to be the same height. Shoulders can be higher than the other. See? It'll still look very similar to what we want. We have a line for his collarbone just in there. Another one that comes up here. And we have just some sort of lines for neck muscles. There's a lot of shadow in this drawing that I'm drawing from. So I'll probably do that, all the shadows in time lapse, but I'll draw in all the sort of patterns and details. Now, so he has, most of his mouth is black, right? So all around his mouth is black with little bits of red. So you can just add in parts that are going to be red. So that's going to be a red part. And then maybe up here, you could stop it here, of course, and just color them red if you wanted. But if you wanted to sort of make it more detailed, you can start adding in different sections that would be red, like all the various bumps and stuff coming off it. And he has some of the sort of the symbiote sort of skin like flowing off him. It's like sort of ooze or coming off his head. Just like here. See, coming off, coming around to a bump. Sort of like that. And then there's like a big one here. Curves all around. So it's like coming off. Curving. Back around like that. And then there's little lines just to show that ooze. Some coming off the top of his head. Just coming up off my page there. Some like actually in the air around him. Coming up. It's like, it's nearly like the symbiote suit is trying to like jump off him even. All these little, it's like someone like, it's like splashes of paint or something, you know, all in the air. It's like frozen. Just these various lumps and bumps. All coming off him. Keep this one going, attach it to his head. This one coming into his head as well. This one we'll add some more of those shapes on his head as well. Just here. And you could add some more lines for muscles and things like that. More as you go along. Chest muscles and stuff. So there's a lot of his face in shadow, so I will speed that part up. Just so the video isn't too long. Yeah, so I'll start shading it in now and I'll be back and we'll see how it looks in a minute or two. Right, so there he is, Carnage. So that actually turned out to be a bit more difficult than I thought. There's a lot of shadow in there. So I might upload an easier one maybe in the future, but that's the basic idea. So all that shadow, and then all those where you can see white on his body would be red. But I might do an easier one anyway. But if you manage to follow along, I'll leave this up for a minute or two just because I know you'll need to copy where all those shadows are if you're feeling inclined. But of course, if not, I understand. Anyway, so there is Carnage. Carnage harder to draw than Venom. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe.